I don't want to grow up, I just want to be a Toys R Us kid. I don't know where I'm going with this. The DC animated movie universe started strong, but then became a victim of apathy when it self-diluted itself with loads of very mediocre films that made figuring out what's worthwhile and what wasn't a complete chore. So DC being DC rebooted everything with the Tomorrowverse. Now voice actors are actually consistent, the animation looks classy and vibrant as opposed to grey and edgy, and instead of focusing on fight scenes and empty backgrounds, it prioritized creating distinct patient tones that gripped you with just the vibes. A youthful tale exploring xenophobia, a slow crime mystery, a sci-fi cosmic horror, and a period war piece. Justice Society World War II is gosh darn amazing. The fight scenes are like the twists are like and the actual story is really cute, as the second installment of this new continuity is literally about the theme of
tomorrow is never guaranteed. Only today. Right now.
Barry Allen is a guy who is always preoccupied by his duties because he's too darn afraid to live in the present and to commit to what he feels, leading to Iris feeling alienated. This isn't the most original premise for an arc, but how it's executed is surprisingly nuanced, because it's all about the dangers of apathy. The main villain of the story is psychopirates, but also indifference as a whole. When Flash accidentally goes back in time and is introduced to a team of superheroes he's never heard before, Black Canary begins to break down by the fact that everything they do will leave no mark. It's all very insignificant.
What's the point of all this if we aren't even remembered? We fight, we die. Death probably isn't scary when you have someone waiting for you.
Aquaman's passiveness towards the war actually leads him to being mentally manipulated, leading to a pointless, bloody battle. Both Barry and Diana share the same tendency to say no to love every day out of some sort of do-it-tomorrow mentality.
Are they always like this?
Like a broken record, son.
But giving into reluctance is to lose sight of your purpose, lose sight of what you believe, and as a result, only live half a life. And that's where these two dudes come in. Steve proposes to Diana every day, and gets rejected every day, but the point wasn't to get a yes, but to always just try, and give the woman he loves a smile every day. Steve teaches Flash that these regular acts of affections is what makes every day worth it.
She promised one day she'd say yes. Just try it on. See if it fits.
You're relentless.
That's why you love me. When it was the right time, of course, and that makes every other day just worth it. Look, it's gonna take everyone to get off the sidelines and onto the field to win this war. And if I die, at least it'll be for something I believe in.
And in general, despite being the only dude with no superpowers, he isn't afraid of death, as he constantly tells us. And yep, you know, we definitely know he's definitely not gonna die. Hawkman gets shanked, and in his final moments tells Black Canary that she can't keep building walls, and gets her to promise to never give up on love because it's the only thing that's really worth living for.
Promise me you won't give up on this. On life.
So as she cries, he leaves in peace, knowing that in his next lifetime, there's still going to be love. Both mortal men perish with no regrets or doubts over the life they lived, while Diana, the immortal, now lives with regret. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. You should always focus on maximizing and living every day, and as a result, it's from this lesson she gives the ring to Barry so he won't make the same mistake.
You said you understood why I said no. I was wrong.
But then hang on, there's also a twist. Throughout the film, there's this war correspondent dude called Shakespeare with a suspicious looking mustache. Flash sort of recognizes him, and when he survives being shot in the face, who is it? It's Superman. But hang on, Superman already exists in the present, so this has not actually been a time travel story, it's been a multiverse story. This has been a different Earth this whole time.
Your universe? But this would be Earth 1.
This twist has been the hardest thing to try and figure out what the F was even the point, like how does it contribute to the broader theme. Nothing really changes plot-wise, Barry never takes his knowledge of the present to change the path of World War II in this world, and apart from a sense of vague symbolism that perhaps maybe the past and present are supposed to be seen as being worlds that are not beholden to each other as much as we assume, and maybe the Justice Society will be famous one day, but I think the purpose is more about Clark. He's the subplot that summarizes the message of the story. On this Earth, Clark Kent never became Superman because Jonathan and Martha died when he was 3 years old. As a result, he doesn't use his powers for the greater good, and as Diana argues, he's very complicit as a result.
If you stand by and do nothing, you are as bad as the Nazis.
You're wrong.
But it's this exposure to heroes and this criticism that, at the end of the story, when all seems to be lost, when Germans come to bomb New York, he finally uses his powers and says he can't sit on the sidelines anymore, being inspired by Diana.
I am. But I couldn't sit on the sidelines any longer. I guess it was time to get in the game.
Not building walls between yourself and the world around you, not giving up on love at its core is all summarized and clarified here by Clark. He shows us that, at the end of the day, it's all about answering a call to action. So yeah, that was the Justice Society World War II video. Originally I had planned to do a really big one that's on the entire Tomorrowverse, but then I realized I've done every individual film except for this one and the brand new Legion of Superheroes one. So I realized, oh okay, I could just like do these individually then. Also this video is mostly a filler, so then I can get into Dark Knight Returns, which is like the next big proper video. It's about trauma, yes.